Sergio just made a great article. He wrote 2 articles, and he texted me. He said, "Bro, these are the best articles I've done since I started writing for the Rideshare guy." He did the human toll, or I'm sorry, the cost of rideshare when it comes to vehicle price and problems with that. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And also the unseen price tag, the toll of human rideshare driving on a human. And this is kind of what we talked about a few weeks ago when it came to the Gemini answer, when it came on 4 different pillars. And, he kind of wrote about it, what happened, give his thoughts to help alleviate that. And Sergio, answer away.
Okay, so folks, whoever is watching now and later, I'm asking you guys, do me a solid. Just go sign up to the free newsletter. It's free. It's on the first page. Just put your email in. You will get this article. One actually just came out just today. I got it because I'm subscribed. And let me read the headline on that one. Here it is. Here's the topic or headline. From behind the wheel to plan B, how Uber Lyft drivers should transition to new careers. There it is. Sign up. You would have gotten it today. 1. This was last week's. The unseen price tag, the toll of rideshare driving on a human. I'm telling you guys, okay, I like writing, but I really like writing. And I don't want to write about, I don't know, oh, look at my screenshot and look at this screenshot. Look at this. There is a lot more that goes into rideshare driving, okay? We're all in it for the money. I get it. Without money, right? Money makes the world go around. But it's a necessary evil. But this article dives deep into, and my suggestions how to, on each topic, I put my suggestions of how to get around it. So rideshare driving offers freedom, but comes with a cost. Financial, physical, emotional, mental toll, financial, the rideshare driving takes on you. We know what the financial part is. We know how tough things are. But there is a physical part. There is an emotional part. There is a spiritual part. There is a mental part, right? And I went into it really, really, really point by point. I'll just read the headlines. I don't have to read it. The financial tightrope walk, a constant state of precarity. And it goes into, about earning less over the last couple of years, maintenance and things like that. And my suggestion is, run Uber and Lyft driving as your small business. Create a weekly P&L spreadsheet. You must know your cost per mile. Although gasoline is your largest expense, one must consider all other fixed/variable costs of operating a vehicle. If you do not treat rideshare driving as your small business, you will have an extra 50,000 miles on your car with not much to show for it at the end of the year, since you use your car like an ATM machine just to pay short-term bills. This is the vicious cycle you must avoid. Accepting every chip to reach your daily dollar goal will take you to bankruptcy. So that's the financial part. Yep. The physical part is something else.
Yeah, let me talk about the financial as well too.
Go for it.
So that's your suggestion. My suggestion, obviously, what Sergio had said, but you want to take it a little, a step further. We talk about the 3 P's: position, patience, and planning. That's all part of it. So when it comes down to it, you need to figure out too when and where you're going to be working, and you need to have that knowledge. Third-party apps. We talked about Solo, Gridwise, Gigu. All these different apps are designed to help drivers drive more efficiently, drive better, and at the end of the day, make more money. So those types of things are definitely helpful. You need different tools, not just when it comes to different rideshare platforms, but you need different tools as well to be able to help you figure out what is going to be best in your area, when it is, what events are going on if you want to do events, like a concert that might be going on. If you enjoy going to stadiums, well, more power to you. But planning out everything definitely helps, because it's going to let you know where you need to be, when you need to be. And then that way you are going to be more efficient, which means you're not going to be burning gas or electric charge. You're not going to be, driving around aimlessly waiting. You have a plan, and you're going to follow through with that plan. And it's going to help you be able to be that efficient where, you're going to make more money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree with Chris as well. And again, please just do me a solid. Go sign up to the newsletter. More to come. So this is about the physical part, the body's silent protest, physical deterioration. I mean, listen, the most obvious impact is sedentary lifestyle leading to musculoskeletal issues. Long hours spent hunched over a steering wheel can lead to chronic back pain, neck stiffness, hip problems, carpal tunnel syndrome. The lack of movement and prolonged static postures wreak havoc on the body, making even simple daily tasks uncomfortable. Look, people, this is not, I haven't seen a really in good shape driver yet. Another one. Furthermore, the pressure to maximize earnings often leads to unhealthy habits, neglect of basic needs. Fuck yeah, we all eat junk food when we're on the road. We grab what's on sale for $4, and then that's usually garbage. And eye strain. If you're driving 12, 14-hour shift, there is a physical cost to it for sure. And my suggestion, again, my 2 cents worth was this. And on the next one, we'll see. Obviously the risk of accidents I talked about, and constant exposure to diverse populations. We remember what happened during COVID, right? I mean, just how many drivers got COVID? So my suggestions, I recommend split shifts as opposed to driving 12 hours straight. Only drive when and when there is demand. Take frequent breaks. Pull over. Get out of the freaking car. Stretch. Take a short walk. Especially if a trip takes you to a beach area. In my case, it does. Santa Monica, fucking park. Go take some fresh ocean air. Smell the fresh air. Oxygenate your system. Possibly join a health club. Try to work out and keep in good physical shape. Because look, there is some Iron Man in the country that I know of. One in Boston, a good friend, Raphael. He can do it 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not an easy thing to do. And I would highly recommend that you guys pay attention to your physical being, because that's our body, right, is the only temple we have. So not only your car is going to fall apart, but your body is going to fall apart. I talk to a lot of drivers, Chris. They complain about hip pain. They complain about knee pain. We're just fucking sitting, man,
Well, one of the best things you can do too is make sure that when you are sitting, you're sitting in a proper stance, because you can definitely help out a lot there. But yes, taking the breaks when you can. The best is to try to do it at least once an hour. I know it can be difficult at times, but try to do it once an hour. If you're waiting for a ride to come in, pull over to the side of the road, get out of your car, stand up, stretch a little bit, walk around the car a couple of times, walk up and down the street, whatever it might be. If a ride comes in, then go back in your car at that point. If you accept it, if it's a crap ride, don't take it, and continue on. So yeah, definitely doing that, but also making time for your health when it comes to eating properly. As I said in the first part, planning is huge. So plan when it comes to carrying your own food. Make sure you can meal prep or something, so you don't skip the meal. You don't go to the fast food joint and get crap all the time, but you actually go with a plan. You go to the grocery store once a week or something. You get all your meals, and then when you're ready to go out for the day, you have your food. Bring it in a lunch bucket. There you go. That's good. But most importantly, get out, go to the gym. You only need to go a couple of times a week to really make an impact. But make sure you're doing it diligently and can all the time. So, yeah, doing some strength training, doing some walking or cardio. That's just going to help overall completely when it comes to you being able to, not have such a health problem, being sedentary all of the time, especially for full-time drivers who are sitting in their cars, 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes even more.
Yep, 100%. 100%. Yep. So next one is next one. The mind's unseat battles, mental exhaustion and stress. Chronic stress and anxiety are almost universal among drivers. The unpredictable nature of the work, the pressure to maintain high ratings, and the constant navigation of traffic and difficult passengers create a high-stress environment. The gamification of the apps, with its bonuses, streaks, penalties, can further exacerbate this, turning work into a high-stakes game where one false move can impact your livelihood. The constant pressure often leads to severe burnout, absolutely does. The emotional labor and difficult passenger interactions, 100%. You're going to have done 30 trips and one asshole walks in your car, that'll ruin your day. They encounter a wide spectrum of personalities, from pleasant and engaging to rude, intoxicated, or even verbally abusive. Dealing with disrespectful or threatening passengers, especially late at night, can be emotionally draining and contribute to feelings of vulnerability, frustration, and even anger. Many drivers also report a deep sense of feeling exploited and taken advantage of. The perception that the rideshare companies prioritize their profits over driver welfare, coupled with opaque algorithms and fluctuating commission rates, breeds resentment and feeling of being manipulated. I mean, I'm serious. Chris, I swear to Jesus, this may be the best article I've ever written. You know what I'm saying? It took me like hours to do this stuff. Finally, the inherent social isolation of the work can be mentally taxing. Here's my suggestions. Rideshare driving is not as easy as it seems. It takes a toll on us, dealing with up to 30 passengers a day. I compare it to movie Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. You need to learn to read the room and be mindful of that not everyone will be in a great mood who enters your vehicle. All of us start the day with high expectations for good earnings, but if you feel like the day is not turning out the way you like, turn the fucking app off. I didn't say fucking. Take a long break or go home for the day. Surround yourself with family or people with positive attitudes. This is the only way you're not going to burn out, because you will burn out. And that's why 8 months is the average duration of a rideshare driver on these apps. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. When it comes to my thoughts there, yeah, the hardest thing that you need to do is separate the games from, driving. It is driving. It's picking up people, dropping them off. When it comes down to it, all the games that they play, all the, hey, I need to get X amount of rides in order to try to get a ride bonus. If you're lucky enough to get one of those, trying to hit surge, all these different things, and beyond. How much gamification, and now with the maps that they're changing, the colors. So now it looks like the Great Clouds of Doom are the surge colors, and all this crap that they're playing. The biggest thing is you just need to realize that a lot of it you can't control. So what you can control, pay attention to that, and try to avoid all of the extra games. Like, great, they're up to it again. Kind of make it, if you can, make a joke out of it. But one of the other things too, if you're working out and you're putting your body through stress, a lot of the anxiety and stress from this is definitely muted. It's much less. It's not going to be at the forefront. I mean, yes, if you are financially strained, if you are trying to get, some sort of bill paid that was supposed to be 3 days ago, your anxiety and stress is going to be beyond. But that's another thing where planning comes in, is unfortunately, I'm going to say it all the time, but it's the truth. You got to plan. So you need to know what is coming up. You can't just try to live, day by day by day. You got to try to build up some sort of nest egg. So then that way, if something happens, your car breaks down, you're not screwed for a week if you have to fix something, and not getting any money coming in. If you have to take that time off, you've already pre-planned for it. And then that way, that's a lot less stressful on the body and the mind and everything coming to that. Burnout, absolutely. I've had burnout when it came to rideshare. And I seen it where I was just going out, running. I was not happy. I was not enjoying. I saw my driver rating start going down. And then I had to take a step back. I had to take a little bit of time off, walk away for a little bit. And then, come back to it. And I came back stronger, and my driver rating went back up. And, after that point, I had a shift of perception when it came to rideshare. So that was definitely a much needed reflection point as well. So burnout's real. You need to know when to stop and take a little break for yourself. You need to know if within the day, maybe you've gone out too long, a week, maybe you've gone out too much, or just overall, you need a nice little break, something to kind of recharge. So that's huge. When it comes to feeling exploited and all that, don't take every single ride. Know your costs. Like Sergio said, treat it as a business, and you will take the rides that are going to be profitable for you. If you need help with that, Gigu is great for that. When it comes to the red, yellow, green, and you can figure that out. And then the other thing too is the social isolation. So yes, you are the only person, but you have 30 different people coming in your car. If you know the ones who are talking, and a lot of them are going to be talking, you can have a great conversation that way. And then if you're looking for other drivers, well, that's what the rideshare guy community is for. That's what local Facebook groups are for. There's always Uber drivers of whatever city you're in. You can find local people. If you really want, you could even find local people. Just go to the airport, sit in the airport queue lot, and start talking to a few.
There is a segment. There's a segment coming up on that. Save that for that.
Yep.
The community aspect of doing rideshare. So there's a part of the article.
But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the social isolation. So there's
Yeah,
always
well,
something.
yeah.
And then just talking to friends and other people that just recharge your batteries.
Yeah.
You know who that is in your life, so just talk to them, get that energy back. So that definitely helps. One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Yep. So the next topic is heart's heavy burden, emotional depletion, frustration, and anger are common companions. Dealing with endless traffic jams, impatient passengers, low fares for long rides, and technical glitches with the app can trigger intense feelings of frustration. This can manifest as road rage, irritability, and a general sense of being on edge, making it difficult to relax even during off hours. And I know this from myself, and we're like all Pavlov's dogs, okay? The app will go off, and I will hear the freaking ping, and then I will think it's my app, and I will look at my phone. How many times, most of you don't even drive that day, but then you still go turn and look at the search on the map, right? We're just fucking addicted to this. The repeated exposure to challenging situations can lead to pervasive jadedness and cynicism. Drivers can become hardened, losing their initial enthusiasm for the job as they encounter more negative experiences. A profound sense of vulnerability and lack of control plagues many drivers. Their livelihood is subject to arbitrary changes in algorithms, fluctuating demand, and the whims of passenger ratings. A single negative rating, regardless of validity, can impact their ability to get future rides or get booted off the platform, as we know. Ultimately, the emotional toll can manifest as loss of joy and enjoyment, even in activities outside of work. The constant stress, the emotional burden of dealing with demanding passengers, and the financial pressures can make it difficult for drivers to truly relax, recharge, or find happiness in their personal lives. Their work spills over, impacting their relationships. So my suggestion for that, and Chris will put his 2 cents in order to avoid burnout, one must not only take care of the body, but also the mind. Try to take, again, frequent breaks, try to meditate, read a book, or listen to an audiobook or a podcast. Subscribe to a music platform. It's tax deductible. Music cures a lot of emotional stress. Think of this gig as a stepping stone for bigger and better things for you down the road. Try not to feel like you're on a hamster wheel. Ultimately, we all made the choice for driving. No one forced us to do so. And I'm telling you guys, I want to do these types of, I want to talk about these things as opposed to some bullshit that Dara said or something, right? Because we're all human here, okay? The reason you're all here, and the reason the channel is what it is because of drivers, because of people watching. And a lot of us kick that, can down the road. I'll take care of this tomorrow. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I have a pain in my lower back. Oh, and you go fight with your wife for no reason. I'm going like, bro, you're burning out mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, every which way. It ain't fucking worth it. Turn the damn thing off. Do something else. And I know it's easy for me to say that, Chris, but I feel like this is the most neglected part of rideshare driving, outside physical, obviously, is the mental part. It's not an easy damn thing to do, man.
No, especially when it's so repetitive. It definitely, it'll lose its luster. Yeah, but again, you got to know, you got to have the mental fortitude to come out and say, look, I need a break. I need to figure something out. I need to be inspired by something else. Whatever it might be, using it as a stepping stone, as he said, as Sergio put on suggestions here. And that's a huge thing. One thing is you should always be open to other opportunities. So if another opportunity presents itself, if it sounds like it's something that would be good for you, that's the good thing about rideshare. It really was a stepping stone as a side gig. So I always looked at it as, it's a great side gig to make extra money. It's a great way if you fall in between jobs or a transition in your life. So if you want to go, you got burned out from whatever you were doing because, you know, the stress, the boss, the atmosphere of work there. So you said, you know what, I want to get out of that. I want to do my own thing. You know, maybe you can follow your dreams on whatever it was or whatever it may be at this point, and use rideshare as a way to offset that, you know, create some sort of income to be able to pay your bills. And then, you know, slowly people said, hey, this is great. I'm going to do it full time. And then Uber and Lyft started pulling the purse strings a little bit, and then a lot more. So you got to work more in order to make the same. So yeah, it's unfortunately something that you feel like you are in between a rock and a hard place. The reality is, you know, if you do a perception shift, and you can, you know, that can be a huge thing. Working out, absolutely. If you're putting your body through certain stresses, it mutes a lot of the other stuff. The financial strain, though, you know, that's something where you gotta take a step back and say, is this worth it for me? And if you got to pivot, or if you got to change what you're doing, you know, you might have to. And, you know, a lot of people want to live comfortably miserable because it's what they're comfortable with. They understand, hey, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go turn my app on, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I understand it. You know, I get frustrated because I don't know if I'm going to pay my bills, but you're comfortable. You got to be uncomfortable in order to make a change. And the problem is, you get comfortable and miserable doing it. You want to get uncomfortable to make a change. And, you know, you got to step back sometimes and really reevaluate things. And people should evaluate themselves and where they're at and what they're doing, you know, every so often, maybe once a year, maybe every 6 months. It's best once a quarter, though, because then you can really see a little bit more change when it comes down to it. So, yeah, you know, those are a couple of things. You know, whether
Yeah,
you have to figure out, hey, is this even worth it for me anymore or not,
yep,
and move on.
yep.
It is what it is.
No, I agree with you. I think that you know, I talked to, obviously, you know, a lot of drivers. Okay, and after this article, Chris, I got so many emails saying that this hit home for me, and I
Mhm.
think I'm speaking for a lot of drivers who are not able to express these things, right? And I want to talk more about these things. You know, obviously, money is money, but, you know, even if you have money, you're a miserable fucking person, because most rich people are miserable anyway, or they're depressed. What good is it? So last part is the spirit's fading light, a quest for meaning. The spiritual toll of rideshare driving is perhaps the least discussed, yet for many it's deeply felt. It touches upon the fundamental questions of purpose. Like Chris said, the last one, purpose, meaning, and connection. For some, the relentless pursuit of fares and the transactional nature of the work can feel devoid of deeper meaning or purpose. And that's why a lot of drivers tell me, I go, why do you still drive? You're complaining, but you still drive. But I love what I'm doing. But these fucking Uber and Lyft, they don't pay me enough. I go, I understand, but why are you still driving? They go, well, I love the connection. I love the riders. In fact, I just did a behind the wheel with Levi, our good friend from Syracuse. I said, he said it. He's making 25% less than he did last year. Then I go, Levi, why are you still doing it? He goes, I love doing it. I love the connection with riders, right? The constant need to prioritize earnings over well-being or deal with ethically questionable situations, such as intoxicated passengers, can challenge a driver's personal values. While challenging, it's important to acknowledge that some drivers do find moments of unexpected human connection and meaning. Brief, genuine conversations with passengers, the feeling of helping someone to get an important appointment, or witnessing acts of kindness can offer fleeting moments of spiritual uplift. And that's probably mostly for our Jeff in Colorado now. More commonly, the spiritual toll manifests as a struggle to find peace, inner calm, and sense of direction. So let's flip to the next one. Let me read my suggestions, and then
That's all I
please,
got.
please. There's no more?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I sent you my. Anyway, so this was the article. I'm asking you, please go subscribe. It's free. The newsletter is free. Another one that can look, the one before this was really, really well done. This one, I think this is my top 5 of the last 6.5 years. And I've been writing a lot. And today's is also a good one. The transition, how to transition from rideshare to something else. And my suggestions. I don't want to play Dear Abby, Chris, but I think this is so fucking necessary, and it's unspoken. And what? The companies don't fucking talk about it. They do
Maybe,
churn and
maybe
burn.
that's what we should do.
I
Maybe we
did
should
send
do
it to companies, by the way. I
Dear
sent it to
Sergio,
both
no,
companies.
maybe instead of a Dear Abby, we should do a Dear Sergio and Chris segment.
Might as well.
So send your issues our way, and we'll try giving you our spin to it or something like that. So,
well, I'm telling you, I sent it to both CEOs. I know Dara's not gonna fucking read it, but David will definitely read it. And I sent it to Jeremy. I sent it to everybody I know at the companies, and they did respond. And I said, you know what? You should fucking put shit like this on your blog. Make it more like human. And the point I'm trying to make is, look, we want to talk about these issues. We know what you guys are going through. Obviously, it starts with pay. But again, another article coming out shortly, Chris. I go, if the pay is so horrible, why are 8 million people driving? And you guys should go check that out. So the only way you're going to get that article is if you go subscribe to the newsletter. I'm really not pitching the newsletter.
I will tell you why 8 million drivers are driving. Masterful marketing.
Well, maybe it's in the article. We'll see. You have to read the article.
I'm telling you, though, it's masterful marketing. That's sir. I mean, Uber did a fantastic job marketing for drivers when it came down to it. They did an amazing job where they're like, hey, if you want to make some extra money before you go to work, after you go to work,
put your side hustle
kids are at school or whatever it might be, just turn the app on. You can make some money. It's like, oh, that's perfect. I can make money anytime I want. So yeah, it was definitely a masterful marketer when it came down to it was Uber. So congrats to them.
Anyway, so I'm glad. I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're going to do more of these I don't know, segments. So we would like you to come on. We're gonna let him come on, right?
Yep. So basically now we're gonna put the link out for the show. We're gonna have a few people come on, talk about the toll that it's taken, or if you got questions.
How about anything you want.
You're Sergio or Chris, what would you say? So we just put it out there. Hit the link, come on the show. We're gonna go over a couple of the super chat shout outs as well as some comments that we highlighted. So we will
I have to answer this question, Chris. Hold on. What's up with that shirt? Are you selling? No, I'm not selling Sergio merch. What I'm not selling. This is my logo for my finance channel. That's another one you guys need to go check out. Because I'm telling you, investing, trading, learning how to fish, not to, all these things, not actual fishing, physically fishing, obviously. I know finance 10x more than I know rideshare. Go join the channel. You guys will learn. Actually, I have a video coming out. I put in $1,000 in a Robinhood account. In fact, I sent the screenshot to Chris today. He goes like, shit. I go, yeah, video's coming out. Go check it out. Small money, a lot of money, whatever it is. Look, it's possible. I'm just trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do. So that's my logo on my website and my YouTube channel. I'm not trying to sell anything. No.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.